beautiful day for golf.
We're not good enough golfers.
Where is the beverage cart? Can't believe I paid money for this.
Welcome back to another episode of the Ridge Golf Podcast. How's it going, boys?
Yeah.
Delightful.
Fantastic.
Good. So, Alex, we're all on pins and needles. What did you find out about the Landenkugels deal?
Okay.
Get this
All
out
right.
of the way.
So it's a free American Family Insurance Championship ticket. So you visit AmFam championship.com, and then you redeem the code that's on this ticket that's in the 12 packs, and then it'll give you a ticket when you redeem that code online.
Is it any Landenkugels or just certain ones?
Summer Shanty 12-pack bottles and 12-pack cans.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay. well, we have-
The offers runs through 4/17 to 5/29. Pretty close.
Not a
close.
lot of time left.
No. So get out and get your tickets.
Go buy your Landenkugels.
If I
Actually-
would have had this info last week, you would have had a better chance.
Still got a few days.
Still got
yeah.
a chance.
Yeah, speaking of that, we were going to try to go golfing at U Ridge this Friday, and it is going to be closed to get
Gotta
ready
get it
for that.
prepped and ready. Yep.
Yep.
Takes them like a whole week to set up when I'm driving past there.
And I'm sure they don't want anybody fucking golfing on that for a good solid at least week to try and fill
Gotta
in.
make it all pretty.
What do you mean? You telling me people leave divots?
People of your caliber? Absolutely.
If I'm like Tiger, I don't leave divots. So
I try to fix them. I definitely leave some.
So we've got more news on that because Brady last week asked about who was playing in that celebrity-wise, and I've got that. That is going to be two-time major winner and 2023 U.S. Ryder Cup captain Zach Johnson and Michael Phelps, the most decorated Olympian in history. And we'll join Hall of Famer Derek Jeter in this year's AmFam Cup Celebrity Foursome hosted by Andy North. So
I wonder if
I
Phelps is a good golfer.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too because those celebrities just seem to be good at golf, like Mahomes and Rodgers, and just all these athletes that could definitely beat me in golf.
and yeah,
A lot of the athletes, I feel like, when you're a professional athlete, you're just good at stuff. You're good at sports. Like,
yeah, you
just
can pick
comes
up
back
things a lot easier.
Well, they probably have a lot of time to do so. I mean,
yeah, a lot of time to practice. And
yeah,
play.
I mean, how often are they going out? Probably a lot more than we are.
Yeah, you can do that when you're millionaires.
Let's say, yeah, when you can afford it. I mean, geez, I go out all the time.
This weekend, I've gone like 3 weekends in a row now. What are you talking about?
Jeez.
Look at you, fancy pants.
Yeah.
Just went to the Barnyard 9 in Prairie. It's like
Is there a
north of
barn?
Prairie. There is a barn.
Hmm.
It's called
Aptly named then.
it's called the Barn, and then it's the Barnyard 9 golf course. It's just it's only like par 3 and par 4. It's a shorter 9-hole course, but it's a nice little course. Me and the girlfriend and the boy went golf there, and it was a good time.
So you sent me the picture of your scorecard. How come every time you're with them, you're in the 50s, and then when you're with me, somehow you're in the 40s?
That's a very frustrating situation because I'm trying to teach. I'm trying to be nice and like help Jill because she's just learning how to golf, and then my boy is he wants to golf too, so we're running around. She's learning how to hit the ball. She's not hitting it very far, so I hit once, and sometimes it goes nice and straight. It's close to the green, but by the time we're messing around, I'm trying to help her and getting up to the green, and I'm like, I don't even care anymore. So I just run up to my ball and hit it quick, and then go back to helping them. So it just gets like next time we go, I told her next time we go, I'm fine. I'll just ride along and help you guys. I won't even golf, and you two can just golf and do whatever. Like next time we go. And plus, it was really busy. Like we got there. I tried making a tee time. They don't take tee times, which is weird. And
That is weird.
so we got there, and it didn't look real busy, but there was only like 3 golf carts in like their little bay area, and they didn't have any more keys. So we had to wait for more people to come in. So we got keys, and that was like 15, 20 minutes. And then by the time we got that, then like there was like 2 or 3 groups behind us, so we kind of felt rushed too. So just
Boo.
it was a good time, but yeah, it's kind of sucked because trying to learn, teach her and teach him how to do stuff, and then being rushed it's not a good time.
Just throws you off your own game when you're not
Yeah.
paying attention to what you're doing.
Yeah.
Going back to millionaires and playing on the golf course and stuff, one question I kind of thought of while we were talking, like, how often do you think people have snuck on to a golf course and like done 18? I've never heard of anyone doing it, but like, I don't think it'd be that difficult.
I'd be sure it happens all the time.
I would think so. Like, it doesn't. Where's the checks and balances? Like, if they see you walk past the clubhouse, maybe, and like maybe you don't start on one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
you just
courses
start at,
have
like 2 or 3.
Yeah, some courses have marshals that'll be driving around, and they'll kind of, ask you where you are, or they'll know which groups are kind of supposed to be where and stuff. But a lot of the, just random public courses don't have something like that. It's just kind of more of an honor system type of thing.
As I say, yeah, I've never heard of anyone doing it, but I'm just like, probably wouldn't be that hard to do. Not that I'm going to. I just,
It's a gentleman's game.
I guess,
all
yeah.
Back to the AmFam. Did they say who the concert was this year? They always do a concert along with it.
Yes, they did. So we have Tyler Hubbard of Florida Georgia. Tyler Hubbard.
Whoa!
Hey,
Of the Florida Georgian Madorn.
They
Alabama.
have
It's a different
they
band.
have Jeez. They have Tyler Hubbard of Florida Georgia Line, and then opener Drake White. I am seeing Jimmy Allen on here too, but they have that at the Bree Stevens Field on Friday, June 9th, which is nowhere near University Ridge. So that works
It's
out.
not super close. Yeah,
that makes
No.
sense.
Bree Stevens is all the way downtown, up kind of close to the Capitol there.
Yes, it is. But it's for charity.
It's a nice outdoor venue, though. It's a cool spot.
It is. But yeah, so Brady, your traffic days are coming up.
And I'm
2
happy
more
to be in
years.
the office Thursday, Friday too, so that'll be fun.
Maybe go get a ticket from Leinenkugels and just go to it.
I'm gonna take an extended lunch break here
There
and
you
just
go.
hop over to the tournament for a bit.
And by extended, I mean I'm not coming back.
I'll see you Monday.
Yeah.
Hopefully nobody at work listens to the podcast.
Yeah.
No, wait. We hope they
Yeah,
do.
yeah. Just don't tell.
If you see me out there, mind your business.
Snitches get stitches.
Okay, so and then as well, Brady wanted to know, one of the quiz questions last week was how many rules were there originally in the first golf? How many rules were there? There were 13. I have those rules for him. I'll burn through those real quick.
Ball
so these
has
are
to
kind of,
go in the hole.
well, these are kind of old timey. So the
Ye ball.
Oh man.
We were all over that one.
Jinx, yeah. We planned that out, it sounds like.
so the wording is a little weird. So rule number 1. You must tee your ball within a club's length of the hole. Definition of teeing ground is like the teeing ground is a starting place for the hole to be played. It's a rectangular area, 2 club lengths in depth, the front of the sides, which are defined by the outside limits of tee markers. A ball is outside the teeing ground when all of it lies outside the teeing ground. So basically, it's a tee box.
Okay.
2 is, your tee must be upon the ground. So, when you're teeing off, basically you have to tee from the
You
ground.
can't baseball swing it.
Yeah, so
No.
it can't be in the air.
Yeah.
When hits ye ball.
Not T-ball itself, man.
Alex, you
3,
gotta talk like this in a Scottish accent.
Oh, I'll do an Irish one instead.
3, you're not to change the ball which you strike off the tee. So little lenience to that is that you can, if it is lost or out of bounds, then you can substitute another ball, but you're supposed to finish the hole with the ball you started. Never happens for me. Rule 4, you are not to remove stones, bones, or break club for the sake of playing your ball, except upon the fair green, and that only within a club's length of your ball.
Bones.
So
Where are they
bones
playing? Where are they playing this
Right.
at?
old timey.
Yeah.
It's old timey stuff.
Bones.
Ah, geez, there's a dinosaur fossil in the middle of the course.
Well, my guess is like when this was like made, maybe they had like I don't know. I'm guessing like they're probably all farmers or something, or like I don't know. They hit it near a skeleton of a cow or something that died or something. Who knows?
We didn't have time to bury Granny, so she's just off of Fairway 9 over there.
Might have started in a graveyard. Who knows?
Jeez. Glad that's not a common problem I come across on the course.
I gotta get these fucking bones out of
Yeah,
them.
where did the fucking bones come from?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a weird wording for that. You
Yep.
just think like it would be like objects or whatever, but
5. If your ball comes among water or any watery filth, you are at liberty to take out your ball and bring it behind the hazard and tee it. You may play with any club and allow your adversary a stroke for so getting out your ball.
so it's just
So
a
basically-
drop.
Yep,
you
you
take
hit it in the
Take a
water.
drop.
Watery
Um,
filth is another strange term.
Yep.
Yeah.
Next
Guess
time I
if it
hit
came
my
out with mud or something on it.
Yeah, if your ball lands in the sewage treatment plant, you get a free drop.
6. If your balls be found anywhere touching one another, you
Be found.
Your ball
This
be
is
found
old.
anywhere touching one another, you are to lift the first ball till you play the last.
That sounds like what you do at home in your own time.
So you're marking your ball.
Yeah, marking the ball.
There's also like a sub rule that is ball must not be cleaned unless it lies on the putting green. Yeah, okay.
Oh.
7. At holing, you are to play your ball honestly for the hole and not to play upon your adversary's ball, not lying in your way to the hole. So basically, you gotta hit your ball, not your opponent's.
And you
We,
can't
yeah,
like
we talked about
hit
that.
your ball at your opponent's ball. Yeah.
Yeah.
If a competitor makes a stroke or strokes at a wrong ball, he incurs a penalty of 2 strokes.
That could have
8.
been a good trivia question. Penalty for hitting the wrong ball.
Have any of these rules changed? All these still apply, right? None of these have been really
Yeah, I think they're more or less the same. Yeah.
okay.
Gotcha. A little different wording, you know.
Right. B,
Watery
E.
filth, bones.
8, if you should lose your ball by it being taken up or any other way, you are to go back to the spot where you struck last, drop another ball, and allow your adversary a stroke for the misfortune.
The misfortune.
No man at holing his ball is to be allowed to mark his way to the hole with his club or anything else.
No man holding ye ball. Brady, what are you doing over there? I'm holding me balls.
Yeah. Oh, you like this one. Number 10, if a ball be stopped by any person, horse, dog, or anything else, the ball so stopped must be played where it lies.
Oh man.
Get your horse off the course.
Oh man, that's fun.
I had to hit off Bigfoot's fat foot. Okay, 11. If you draw a club in order to strike and proceed so far in the stroke as to bringing down your club, if then your ball shall break in any way, is to be considered a stroke. So that means if you swing and then on the downswing it hits, that counts as a stroke.
Oh, so they're just saying pretty much like
Um,
if you nick it a little bit or something, you're counting that
Like
as
if
a
you-
stroke.
Yeah,
Any
I give that-
contact.
yeah. I've done that like on a practice swing. I've accidentally nicked it. And
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
12. He who balls lies farthest from the hole is obligated to play first.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, last 13. Neither trench, ditch, or dike made for the preservation of the links nor the scholar's hole or the soldier's line shall be accounted a hazard, but the ball is to be taken out, teed, and played with any iron club. Abnormal ground. That's what the abnormal ground conditions. That's all that means. So Brady, there you go.
Really, the wording is just yeah. I mean, like you said, they're all the essentially
lot of
the
them.
same, just wording.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of neat.
I was hoping there'd.
yeah.
I mean, there was a couple weird ones, you know.
Yeah,
Horse-
like it's
horses
yeah.
and
I mean,
bones
that
and
definitely was what I
horses.
was hoping for.
Yeah,
was
that's
something
right.
along those lines. That did the bones and the horse one. Yeah, that's pretty good.
The bones is the best. It's like I wonder if like
Oh,
bones
sure.
is like some old Scottish term for just like a bigger stick or something. Like,
You know what? I'll check it out, Brady.
what, you got a Scottish dictionary over there?
I got to Google.
So those were the original 13 rules. Now there's over 200 pages covering 34 rules in depth.
Holy shit.
How do you stretch 34 rules to 200 pages?
There's like
enough.
sub rules of a rule, you know.
That's wild.
Index Z, blah blah blah. The next
Mhm.
episode, Blake will read all those.
Well, they get rid of
He'll do that one by himself. It'll take him 2 days.
So instead of like now they had horses, they had cars, and instead of dogs, it's carts or something. I don't know.
I'm sure reading through the full list of PGA rules will be a real high number episode for us there. Everyone will
doing
be
that.
ecstatic.
Oh yeah.
And the audiobook by the Rich Golf Podcast.
Hey, you gotta talk like that the whole time then.
Nice soft
No.
soothing voice.
Okay. Brady, you had some news for us?
Our version. I was just going to talk about, well, we're taping this Sunday. It comes out a little later, but the PGA Championship just wrapped up, and there was a few pretty interesting storylines out of that bad boy. I don't know if any of you guys watched any of it.
I think that's any of it.
I watched a little bit of it.
So I'll start off with my personal least favorite story is I may have made one of the worst bets I ever made on this championship tour.
Yes,
Bet on John Rahm.
No, it wasn't John Rahm, but it was basically the same thing. So I won $14 on cards on Tuesday, and I was like, let's try to parlay this to a big
Let
win.
it ride.
Yeah, right. So I bet on Xander Schauffele to win the whole thing. Turned it on Thursday for his first tee off there. Immediately shanks his first tee hard left.
Oh
And
boy.
I was like, this is a hot start. Goes on to bogey that one, then double bogey the second, then bogey the third. And I was like, just rip up the slip now. That thing is done.
What would the payout have been, Brady?
A couple $100.
So you probably had pretty good odds.
Yeah, he was
there
like
for-
17-1 or something like that. But
Nice.
it was like one of the earliest I ever knew that bet had no shot of cash in. Like that thing was done from hole 1 basically, and hole 3 for sure. Like,
Jeez.
he went on to finish in 18th, which wasn't bad, but still a long ways from the top.
Yeah. Oh, well, you'll get it back.
The little
Probably
bit that I did watch, I did see the sweet hole in one. I don't know. Did you see that, Brady?
Yeah, yep. That was going to be
Yes.
my other storyline was that guy. What's his name? Mike
Block.
Block. Yeah, he's just a standard club pro. He qualified for this tournament by being like one of the best club pros in the world, like top 20 in the world or something at the time, and like basically no other club pro like ever made the cut. He made the cut and finished 15th.
Yeah,
Today?
it's like top 20. I can't remember for sure, but yeah, I was pretty sure it was top
Yeah.
20.
But on one of the holes, he literally slam dunked it
Yeah,
just
he flushed it.
directly into the hole on the
Yeah.
fly.
Nice.
The crowd went bananas. He was like crowd favorite on the course. Like whenever he did something good, like the crowd was just going insane.
Yeah, he was paired up with Rory McIlroy, and I don't know if he couldn't quite see the hole from where he was, but Rory could, and Rory was like trying to tell him that he like flushed it like in the
Yeah.
air, like, and he's like,
He
no,
was
like you could read his lips. He's like, no way,
Yeah,
no.
he's like, no, that
No.
didn't just happen. Like, no. He's like, he seemed like a super down to earth guy from like a few of the interviews. Like when they told him he was going to be paired with Rory like the day before, he was just like, oh my God, he couldn't believe it. 'Cause he's like one of his like, idols or mentors. And he's just like, holy shit. He's just like blowing his mind left and right out there.
That was
And
gross.
they,
I don't know what to do with my hand.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I heard them interview him like when he was like starting to do like after he made the cut, they were like, so what was your biggest payday before this one? And he immediately rattled it off. He was like 2017 75K at the so-and-so open at this course. Like he knew it like verbatim, and he's like, oh yeah, that one dialed in. He's like, so how are you gonna feel about winning this much? And he's like, I'm not even thinking about, not even like, shut up, like stop talking.
Too much pressure.
And he ended up bringing home, I wrote it down so I remember to tell you guys, he ended up bringing home $288,000 for
A
his
lot of key.
Just
Uncle
your
Sam
club
get some of
pro
that.
working in California, not Alberta, California, Wix.
Yeah, it's not a place.
Yeah, not a bad payday for a guy who was given lessons the week before for like $100 an hour. All of a sudden, turns up and wins
Still
quarter
though, $100
mil.
an hour for golf. That'd be
How about a
not
quarter
bad.
mil in 4 days? That's
I bet you-
a little bit better.
Bet you
that's
his
weekend
rates
work.
rates went up after today.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
kidding.
right. Everyone's going to be trying to get in there. Plus, now since he finished top 15, he gets an auto qualifier for the champ next year.
Yep.
And he gets to play in next week's tour event too. So potential to win even more.
Good for him.
How old is this dude?
He's like in his 40s, I think.
Nice.
Hmm.
It still
Cool.
happened. It still happened for us.
Well, I'm not a club
Yeah,
pro,
you, Alex,
so
Not a club pro yet.
Someone needs to cheer. I'll be there. Watch
And
out
then
for
do
them
that.
bones.
Yeah.
I would love.
You gotta watch out for all them bones on
Get
the
the horses.
And then the other
Oh.
ridiculous thing I saw, so I don't know if you guys remember that like iconic Tiger Woods chip in where like it hangs on the lip for a while and then falls in, everybody goes crazy.
Yeah, you got so many seconds to wait for it to drop.
Yeah, so yeah, there was a guy in this tournament, I don't remember who it was, but he had a putt and it hung on the lip forever. Like I was watching the video live and it must have been longer than 10 seconds because even though it did finally drop in, they penalized him 1 stroke for the ball falling in over the hole, and he ended up with a bogey instead of a par or a birdie, whatever it was going to be, which is kind of bullshit. Like
yeah.
the ball
Yeah,
was up
pretty
there,
shitty.
nobody touched it, went near it, and eventually it fall in. That shit should count. I don't care who you are.
Did they say how long it actually was?
they had a timer on it. It was like 30 some seconds, I think.
Boy,
And
that's-
you're only supposed to
yeah.
get 10, but
Yeah, that's a
still.
lot.
If it goes in, it go. If no one touches it, it goes
Yeah,
in.
I know.
But
Because
they had the
they weren't
camera zoomed in
targeting.
on it, and they're like, "It's moving, it's moving."
Yeah,
like
they
it was
thought
just
it was still moving.
barely moving like that whole time. So technically, like if it's moving, that should reset the timer, shouldn't it?
Yeah, and
I
like the
don't
worst
know.
part is like they have the rule, like that's just a rule for like if it's on the cup edge. Like if you have that exact same thing happen when you're 10 feet away from the cup, it's sitting there waiting. That shit doesn't count. Like they just say you got to play the ball where it lies now. Like they don't give you a 1 stroke penalty there and you get to move it back. Like you have to sit back there and play it. Like
Yeah, what do you think about that, Blake?
Well, good thing you brought that up because since we're talking about rules, per rule 13.3a, a player is allowed to the time to reach the hole and 10 more seconds to see whether their ball falls in the hole. So when you make a
Ironic.
putt, you have time to get to the hole where the ball's at, and then they're allowed 10 more seconds after they get there for it to fall in.
yeah, because I remember seeing like the exact adverse happening in a different tournament. A guy chipped a ball, it rolled, past the hole, whatever, and then it came to rest on the green, say 8 to 10 feet from the hole. And then he was like walking around it, trying to figure out his line, and was about to walk up to it to shoot. And then it started rolling down this hill that it was close to and rolled all the way off the green into the water. And he had to go and take a drop, on the other side of the water hazard and shoot it back onto the green just because the wind blew it or finally gravity started taking it, whatever, and like that counted. So why can't the guy's putt going in the hole count? Like, what's the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tough call.
Seems like some bull.
Yeah.
That
What
seems
were
like a
you-
rule where some guy was like losing and then it went in and he was like, doesn't count. You only get 10 seconds. Everybody knows that. And the guy was like, oh shit, I didn't know. All right, I'll just take a straw.
What were you saying too about Brooks Koepka when we hopped on?
He won.
Yep, live golf player won the major. So that's kind of big news. I don't know if that's like as big as maybe it could be, but still interesting, at least noteworthy, I'd say.
That's noteworthy. Yeah, that's something they probably didn't want to happen.
Right? The PGA is probably like, shit.
PGA, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Literally, the whole everything is on that course is PGA because it was PGA Championship. Well, and then
Yeah.
a live guy wins it. I mean, I don't think
And,
it's quite a big issue as it was like last year because they banned them from all those. But
And I feel like of the live folks, like Brooks is kind of one of those like I don't want to say like the bad boys at golf, but like he's the guy that like I don't know. He's like kind of like the least like he's always like he wants to play fast, and if you don't, he'll like let you know, and like he ain't afraid to like start beef with someone on the course. Like he's just like that type of dude, you know?
Right.
He's a bro.
Yeah,
just a bro.
He's a bro for sure.
Yeah.
They showed him in the Netflix special with a big old lipper in before.
Yep.
Yeah, in his sweet house with his hot
Yeah.
fiance too.
It's his wife now. I
Life-
think.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I think they're
Hopefully
having
he
a
got rid
kid
of the
too.
frosted tips.
Now he got rid of those.
We all had a frosted tip face. It's fine.
Yeah,
Yes,
well,
we did. When I
we
was
grew up
like
Blake
2000s.
did. I don't think I did.
17.
You're too young. It's before your time.
Yeah. Well, that's all I've got, fellas.
Yeah, I'm
No,
tired.
no trivia this week. What the hell?
Legs
We'll
up
save
after
that.
bedtime.
Save that for next week.
Yeah, where's
No.
my free hat? I'm still waiting for that.
I haven't seen you.
It's on his head
Okay.
right now.
Shipment pending.
Yeah.
It's in transit.
It is. We'll do trivia next. We'll start that again next week.
All right,
Beautiful.
bring in my
Also,
A game.
I'm free next weekend if any of you boys want to play around. Let's make it happen. Sunday, Monday, I'm free. Let's do it.
I'm free. Maybe.
I might be able to do something, maybe, possibly.
No,
I could maybe swing that.
Oh,
Let's see what you did there.
I think we can end on that.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Thanks
right,
for
fellas.
having me on.
I'm out of here.
see ya.
See ya.
Get out of here!